Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today's video is all about the barn. You've been waiting on it, and I'm ready to do it. We're going to start off by getting out in the field where the new barn's going to be built. I'm going to get on old Blue here, get on the rotary cutter, get out there, cut all around those tree piles, and get that cleared out where that barn's going to be, and then I'll show you that. We're also going to go out to the old barn. You know, the barn I used to own. We're going to build the new barn to be almost identical. We're going to take measurements. We're going to see how high this is and how long that is, and get some idea of what we're going to make the same and some things we're going to make a little different too. Then we're going to come back to the field and see what it's going to look like in that cleared out area once I get it all done. So guys, let's do this. At the field location here, you can see I've got a lot of tall grass to cut. If you watched RidgeLife Ramblings, you saw I almost killed myself out here. Go check out that video on RidgeLife Ramblings. I was on the tractor, on the rotary cutter, trying to get the initial perimeter mode and around these giant tree piles right here. And as I came around the corner, again, this grass is taller than the tractor. I went into the tree pile, and then one of the tree tips was poking through. And when I did, it went between the tree tire, or the tractor tire, and the tractor engine, and poked me right in the belly. Oh my goodness. About impaled me like a game of joust, you know, the horse and the knight on the, oh, right in the belly. Luckily I was okay. I did have safety glasses on and ear protection, and it did whack me in the face too, but I'm okay, guys. So I got most of the tree piles identified, mowed around, and I got the perimeter mowed around. But now I got to get out and we got to mow the center of this. The barn is going to be right behind me in this large flat area. Well, mostly flat area. We got to level that out a little bit too. So what I'm going to do is, I've done a lot of grass cutting, rotary cutter videos here on RidgeLife, so I'm not going to bore you with a lot of tractor views of it. But how about if I get the drone up there? And you can watch me do the major cutting, and then we're going to go check out that barn, like I told you, the old barn. Probably the last time you ever see the old barn. I've got footage of me doing all the measurements. It's kind of heartbreaking, actually. We'll go out and do those measurements, and then come back here, and you can see what the area where the new barn is going to be, what it's going to look like. We'll walk it out, and you guys get to see, oh yeah, the new barn. Y'all, that was both fun and scary. There were a lot of holes out here where, you know, trees had been, and the dozer had left a big hole behind, and the tractor would fall down in it. I had to lift the rotary cutter up real quick. I did go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tree piles, okay? 10 tree piles, and I'd only gone around probably 6 or 7 of them before today. So I'm all safe though. There were, you know, again, a few times where I was going along and all of a sudden an errant tree was sticking out from a brush pile that I couldn't see in the grass, or a tip was sticking out and I'd have to stop real quick and back up. But I took your tips, guys. I was very much more precautious. I took precautions. I did a cursory go around to make sure I kind of knew where the things were. Went real slow, very, very slow. And I also kept the grabber, the claw, at about a spot where it would block a lot of that coming in. Y'all said, keep your bucket or your claw right there and block a lot of that coming at you. So thank you very much for those tips. They kept me safe. Now, we are going to show you the old barn. I've got something to show you, so let's go up there. You can see the old barn behind me and the old pond from the old Ridge property. I know I'm a little dark right now, but I want to make sure you can see these in the setting sun. This video I got ready to show you here, guys, was whenever I was getting the last of my stuff out of the barn. I actually, again, recorded this video just so I could know the dimensions of the barn that's up there. Really wasn't going to plan on putting it out into a video like this, so it's kind of raw. I'm just in a t-shirt and shorts, and I'm just saying this is the dimension. This is, I wasn't very animated or theatrical, but I think it's important to for y'all to see what I plan on, where I'm coming from, and what I plan on with the new barn. It's a little saddening for me to watch it, to have to edit this and put it out to you, because that was the last time I was ever in that barn. I'll never be in that barn again, guys. This is the property line right here behind me. Not going back. Going forward on the Ridge, okay? It's not the Ridge 40 point whatever anymore. It is the Ridge 30.45. And I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. Hopefully you are as well. So let's get on up there and let's look at the dimensions of the old barn, look at the outside, look at the inside, and then we'll come back to the new barn location, talk about the differences. All right, 40 long, 36 wide, about 10 foot between each 4x6 on the side, 12 foot between the doors in the center, 12.5 feet for the outside edges. I guess that accounts for the siding or whatever. We're about 9.5 to 10 foot tall from the very top to the ground, 9.5 to 10 depending on the slope for the 6x6. Again, it's 4x6 on the edges, 6x6 in the center. The outside edge 4x6s are about 8.5 to between 8 and 9 inches, or 8 and 9 feet tall. Again, depending on the slope of the ground. Hopefully I'm going to be a lot flatter. The floor joists for the loft roof are 16 on center, and from the side roof to the ground, the bottom of the side roof is about 10 foot 8 inches, probably to 11 depending on, again, the slope. 10 foot 8 inches where the bottom of the roof attaches to the up there to the ground. The roof joists are 24 on center. The loft walls are 76 inches tall. The center over here on the ends are 16 on centers. We're 24 on centers on the sides. The window sills are 28 inches from the floor. The large door on this end is 60 wide by 58 tall. Small door on this end is 34.5 by 39 tall. From the floor to the ceiling peak all the way to the top is 8 feet. Now we're going to walk around and just see how everything's created. Again, 16 on center here. We can see how the roof peak is made. You see how the flashing is done to the decking. See how the big doors are framed out. Come on, see how the windows are framed out. Again, see how the center joists are done. So they did 2, then a long 2x4, and then 2, and then a long 2x4. Again, I don't know if that's great, but we can see how the overhang is. Double sill plate top. And every once in a while you'll have triple. It's like every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. I only see, that's the only one with triple, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know why they did that. But we can see, again, the decking. It's like it's 1 inch by, let's see what that is. 1 inch by 9 1/4, whatever that is. You can see how they framed out the bottom window door here. All right, now let's move downstairs. Again, this is the walls, how they're set up, and then the hole in the floor going down. Now let's check out how they did the roof floor joists, or the loft floor joists. You see the hurricane straps, again 16 on center. You can see how they did the 6x6 post. They got the double plates there, double 2x8s, and that goes all the way across. Again, double, and then come out. You can see how we did the side roof joist. Side roofs just attach up there to the wall. No hurricane straps or anything. Coming to the outside, we can see the 2x8s. They're 12.5 foot long on that side. And you can see how they framed it out. And then the top, the overhang, framed out the top, the sides. Again, there's the framing out around the door. See if you can see that without, there we go. Come back. Let's go check out the side. See what they did with the sides here. So they come to, these boards come together, and then these frame it out. Looking on the overhang. Back up. So you see what they did on the outside. Pretty simple. See what we did on this side. See how the roof is framed out or finished out. This should be an easy barn to build. So that's the old barn. This is the new barn location. We are going to do a few things different, but before I can build that barn, we've got these big tree piles, and I think they're a little too close. The land right here in this big open area is higher over by the brush piles. Now, I really don't want to have to move that much dirt over this way. I really like to build it on the highest point in this field. See, originally when I had the dozer guy come out, I had him clear this area right here and push the trees off. But after seeing it, it was much higher over there. So I'm going to have to address those brush piles. But the differences in the new barn versus the old barn. Okay, the first difference is the old barn had a shingled roof. We're going to go with a metal roof. We're going to go with probably the aluminized, Galvalume looking, just like we have on the log cabin, okay? That silver, looks like, you know, tin, right? The old style barn roofs. We'll go with that on the top. Now, I'm going to see if I can get a company to pre-cut that and cut all the edges so I can put it on myself. I would love to do as much of this barn myself as I can. Really, the barn, I don't really know why I need much help at all. I got this figured out, I think, based on what we saw on the last, those videos of the dimensions and stuff. I think I can get all this done myself. Maybe a couple things I may need a little bit of help with. I got old Blue, though. That tractor is a workhorse. I'm going to put big sliding garage barn doors on there. Oh my goodness, they're going to be so gorgeous. This old style 2 sliding barn doors on both ends, locking, of course. We'll have some very, very important to me things inside that barn. Inside the barn, we talked about maybe doing gravel, pre-doing gravel inside on the floor. I'm not doing a concrete pad. This is going to just be a livestock tools, tractor, utility barn, old farm barn. So we're not going to do a concrete pad, but I will eventually have stalls. I want to have some couple dry rooms. I want to bring the motorcycles in. The tractor will eventually be in there. Of course, horse tack. We'll have some horses and some hay up in the loft. All kinds of cool differences from that barn to this barn. I'm just off to the front right of where the barn's going to be, and I don't know if you can tell because this big tree pile right here, but it slopes down considerably. We've got all these pine trees right here, and we have several acres in this area. So the barn right there, a couple acres behind the barn, that's where the pond will be, and then of course tons of field area here for the horses, for the cattle, for the hair sheep, and all the other awesome farm animals. Of course, we'll have the rabbits and the chickens along this side of the barn and the tree line over here. That way they're protected on both sides from the elements and predators. We're going to have to see about livestock guarding. Probably going to go with a donkey, probably a couple donkeys. Depends on if I have 2 livestock fields, probably going to have 2 donkeys, let them intermingle, do all kinds of things, make sure they get some socialization. They're going to really bond with their protection animals, the things they're protecting. But I'm super excited to see this cleared now, guys. My vision, because the way the grass was here, now my vision, I can see this, and it really spurs me on to start getting getting the tractor out, leveling that area right behind the camera. That's where the barn's going to be, and it doesn't look too bad. I don't have to move too much dirt. And if I don't have to move too much dirt, that means I can get the post up and start framing up that barn very, very quickly. Before I do that, though, I've got to get you a dozer video, and I am working on it, guys. Got it down from like 24 hours of video to 12 hours to 9 hours. Want to get it down to less than an hour and let you see when Cass came out here, my dozer operator, and cleared all this. I got some drone footage, I got on-cab footage, I got Sony footage, GoPro. I think you're going to enjoy the dozer video when it comes out. It's not no epic Steven Spielberg, Star Wars saga, George Lucas, but clearing the land here on the ridge, whoo, makes me a happy man. So if it makes me happy, hopefully it's making you happy as well. I really hope you enjoyed today's video, getting out here on the ridge property, getting the tractor to use, seeing the old barn, seeing what this land looks like, where the animals are going to be and where the barn's going to be, the differences in the old barn and the new barn. Hopefully you're as excited as I am. I can't keep my excitement down here, and hopefully it's conveying onto you as well. So guys, I'll have more videos soon, including that dozer video. Be sure to stick to watching some RidgeLife Ramblings 2 or 3 times a week. You'll get the behind-the-scene footage. You'll get to see it there before you see it here for sure. So RidgeLife Ramblings, RidgeLife's reviews and how-tos, tons of things I'll be using here on the ridge, getting videoed on how to set it up and how to use it and how to make it work on your farm and homestead. So RidgeLife's reviews and how-tos, and very, very soon, RidgeLife's Lessons from the Ridge, coming back to a YouTube channel or YouTube TV near you. So guys, I love every single one of you. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.